Felwinter, the Exo created and killed by Rasputin. The story of this character has come a long way since the Rise of Iron days, and today we're going to talk about some recent developments that are pretty crazy. Felwinter has returned in an interesting way. Let's begin. From book The Liar, which released in season of The Worthy and other lore cards, we get a detailed description of Felwinters' life. It first began during the Golden Age when Rasputin created an AI with segmented code from himself and put it into an Exo frame. This was known as Protocol Siddhartha Golem. The Exo's job in the Golden Age was to go out into the world and learn from the humans. Rasputin wanted to know what they do, what they like, cultures, media, and so on. When the collapse began though, this AI Exo died like most things on Earth, and its secrets were thought to be lost to time. During the Dark Age is when things get interesting. The Traveler resurrected the Exo as a guardian now, and its ghost named him Felwinter. Awaking in an old Warmind-like library, the Exo was confused for his early life until the secrets became more clear. He somehow was connected to this Warmind. He could open bunker doors, they reacted to him, and wherever he went in the world, he was followed by frames and warsats. Around this time, Felwinter ascended a mountain and claimed it for himself and named it Felwinter Peak. On and around the mountain, Felwinter would fight off other evil warlords and continue his search, reaching out to speak to Rasputin, but it would never respond. One day in a bunker, Felspring and Felwinter find the truth, Felwinters Lie that he would need to keep. For weeks, Felwinter and Felspring searched out Seraph bunkers, trying to find remnants of the technology that built the Golden Age utopia. One night, they camped in a Seraph bunker and spent hours poring over transcripts of old code. "This is weird," Felspring said and projected a display of a long string of code. "Look, in the Golden Age, Rasputin executes a protocol called Siddhartha Golem. No idea what it is. Some kind of knowledge gathering. It gathers a bunch of transcripts, conversations with humans, recordings of music, a huge database of literature." She whirred and the projection flipped through thousands of words of code, then stopped again. "Here, early Dark Age. A submind in Old Russia says Siddhartha Golem is active and gone rogue." Her voice dropped. "Around the time I found you." Felwinter studied the code. It was almost like sight reading, not quite effortless, but a native tongue he'd forgotten. "But what is Siddhartha Golem?" he murmured. Felspring zipped back and forth through the code again at a nervous, stuttering pace, then stopped. Then scrolled through the code again, stopped, scrolled again, and stopped. "Wait," her voice quivered just a little. "See that? This is the first time Siddhartha Golem is mentioned. She paused, then went on quieter. "It says, initiate Siddhartha Golem, upload at DSC 342, a beat, DSC Felwinter." Felwinter was silent, thinking, uncomprehending. "DSC?" he asked quietly. "Deepstone Crypt," she was almost whispering now. Siddhartha Golem was an Exo. Felwinter looked down at himself, at his hands. He turned them over, studying the worn metal of his palms. The silence filled the bunker nearly to bursting. To Felwinter, it felt like years until either of them spoke again. The whole time, Felspring watched him, frozen in the air. "He's you," she whispered. So here, Felwinter learns that he is a part of the Warmind. This would become Felwinter's notorious lie. He would have to keep this a secret. Nobody would know his connection to the Warmind and that he was basically its son. Although he would keep this secret, it would ultimately lead to his and his team's demise. After these times, the Iron Lords would reign over Earth, slaying warlords and helping to build the last city beneath the Traveler. When Lord Timur and the Lords found info on Siva though, Felwinter assisted in trying to find the replication chamber. Felwinter and Felspring did most of their searching alone. It was easier that way. Better that others didn't see how the Seraph bunkers reacted to him. Better for everyone. In a bunker on the outskirts of the Cosmodrome in Old Russia, Felwinter browsed through maps of old, deactivated Golden Age facilities, looking for anywhere that might have housed SIVA or SIVA-related research. At the time, Felspring decrypted and searched old command records for signs of SIVA, but now they moved like clockwork. It was almost unconscious. "Hey," Felwinter said. "Got anything on Site 6? "Give me the coordinates," Felspring said. "I'll look." After a moment, she displayed a section of code for Felwinter to see. "Research Center," she said. There was a note of hope in her voice. "Containment facility for something called Amphion Liar. Do you think?" "I feel pretty damn sure," Felwinter said quietly. They looked at the screen on the console where a little red light blinked on a map next to the word Site 6. "Come on," Felwinter said. "We have to tell the others." He committed the map to memory and turned to go, but Felspring zipped in front of him. "Wait," she said. "Wait a second. Wasn't that kind of too easy?" Felwinter looked around. "We've been here for hours," he said, "and we've been searching for years." "Sure," Felspring said, "but not as long as it took to find Siddhartha Golem, not as long as it took to get away from him. Compared to all that, this was too good to be true." Felwinter said nothing, and she went on, close to pleading. "After everything, why would he do this? Why would he just drop this in your lap?" "He didn't," Felwinter said. "We found it." So you can see where things are going from here. Rasputin let Felwinter and the Iron Lords in, and what happened? Catastrophe. Felwinter believed that he could speak to Rasputin and he would listen while they were inside the replication chamber and fighting off SIVA, but the Warmind never responded, and in the end he killed most of the Iron Lords and his own son.
In a time of great prosperity, a tyrant king sent his son to live among the people and learn their ways. He did so for many years, until a great calamity befell the kingdom. In the aftermath, the tyrant's son was changed. The tyrant's son turned away from his father and became a warrior. The tyrant chased his son across fields and mountains and oceans. He said, "If I can't have my son, then no one shall." In the end, the tyrant used his son's love of the people against him. He promised him a miraculous technology that could rebuild the kingdom. When his son came to claim it, he unleashed a plague upon him. His son was destroyed. And the tyrant looked upon his tyranny and wept.
So that's the tale of Lord Felwinter summarized. Rasputin was angered by the Traveler's actions. The son that he created, that exo in the Golden Age, Siddhartha Golem, who died, was now brought back to life by the Traveler and had these new powers and no idea who his father was. Rasputin would come to regret this decision, though, as seen in Season of the Worthy and even now, but what makes this crazy is what's happening in Season of the Seraph.
It's been a while, old man. The tower looks at you and sees a god. But I see a thug, a murderer, betrayer. You know why I left the Infinite Forest, what I saw. A line has been drawn in this system. Light on one side, dark on the other. Where do you stand?
Once we bring Rasputin online, thanks to data found in Felwinter's ghost Felspring, Rasputin now retains some of Felwinter's memories. The son whom he destroyed and caused so much pain, he now has those own thoughts in his head.
Is
Strange to inhabit a physical shell in this manner. Yet, it is also familiar. Felwinter's memories are now mine as well. I see myself as he saw me. A tyrant who squandered a power that could have saved the world. I cannot say he was incorrect. You have brought me back from the brink of oblivion. I vow to do everything in my power to return the favor.
You've been keeping secrets. I thought I was clear the last time we spoke. The time to choose a side has long since passed.
I destroyed the Almighty and attacked the Black Fleet. My allegiance is unwavering. Felwinter's data casts you in an old light, Osiris. All these years and you're still the brash man on the mountaintop, impatient as ever.
And I see in lieu of any useful information, you found that haughty tone of yours.
We have a shared history. I only attempt to offer guidance, as your mentor did.
Felwinter's memory doesn't absolve you of his murder, nor does it permit you to teach his lessons.
I do not make that claim. Forgive me. I am finding myself again. During the Dark Age, Felwinter would say, hope persists.
Should we have the patience to keep it? Yes.
So with all of these memories, this has to play into the story in some epic way. With most characters in recent seasons, they've been coming full circle to realizations like Mara, the Crow, Osiris, and now we got this going on here with Rasputin. He was a Golden Age tyrant, but now he sees all the pain he's caused through other characters' eyes like Felwinter. But Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. If you'd like to see some other Destiny lore and mysteries just like this one, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.